friends, welcome to Detailing CAD. In this tutorial we are going to learn about the ETABS 2016 version, and here ETABS is used to analyze and design the structures of RCC or steel structures, and the full form of ETABS is Extended Three-Dimensional Analysis of Building Systems, and it is a software of company Computers and Structures. Okay. So here in this class, just I'm going to show the introduction, like how to create the material and how to assign the properties and how to draw them on the screen. Okay, so here after opening the tabs, we'll be getting the intro screen like this. Okay, and if you want to create a new model, just you can go for Control N, or just you can click on F file and you can click on new model here. And by default, you will be getting a window like this. So since we are doing this for the first time, just you can go for use built-in settings with display unit. So whatever display type of units you need, you can set it here. Right now I'm going for metric SI because all our Indian standards are in kilonewtons or meters or newton or mm. So for steel section database, generally we are going to use IS 800, right? So just you can go for Indian code, Indian steel book. So just go for Indian, that is steel book database will be applied here. And coming to steel design code, generally we'll be following IS 800 2007. And coming to concrete design, just we need to keep it as IS 456 2000 and just click on OK. So we have opened a new file and it will be opened like this. So it will be asking to define all the parameters under new model quick templates. So here we are going to define the grid levels and the grids and the levels here. So first it is asking for uniform grid spacing. Okay. So of course we are having custom grid spacing also. We'll see this later. Right now we'll see uniform grid spacing. And here first it is asking for number of grid lines in X direction, similarly Y direction, and spacing between them in X and Y directions. Okay. And of course there are labels like in horizontal we'll be getting in alphabetical, or for vertical we'll be getting numericals like 1 2 3. We can adjust by using the grid labels also. For X grid and Y grid, in whatever format you want to label them, we can format them. So once we'll see on the screen, and we can, if we require, we can edit another time. So right now it is asking for number of grid lines in X direction, so it is default by 4. And for Y direction also it is by default 4. If you want to change, of course we can change it by giving the number of lines we need there. And similarly, coming to spacing of grids in X direction, if I want to space each grid by 3.5 meters. Okay, so each grid is spaced at 3.5 meters. Like that we are going to get 3 ways in total, since we have given 4 lines. Similarly, in Y direction, if I want to go for 4 meters, I can go for 4 meters. Okay, and here it is asking for story dimensions. Story dimensions are nothing but number of floors and the floor height. What are the floor heights we need. So here it is showing simple story data and custom story. Custom story is nothing but if you want to define different heights for different floors, then we can go for custom story. So we'll see this custom settings in another video. Right now we are going for uniform settings here. So here under number of stories, it is asking for, it is default 4. If I want to go for 5 stories, you can define it as 5. And if you want to go for 4 or 3, just whatever number of floors you need, just you can define it there. Okay, so let it be 4. And typical story height, general story height is 3 meters. It has been given there. So if I want to change, you can change it for 3.2 or 3.3 meters like that. And bottom story height, if you want to change the ground floor, at the bottom side, you can define them. So it is default 3. If I want to give it as 4.5 like that, including the plinth level, then you can go for 4.5. Okay, so here add structural objects. Which one you want to add? So blank, grid only. Since we are in grid only option, we are getting these all the parameters here. If I'm going for the steel deck, we will be getting some other options. The parameters will be changed slightly like this. Okay, so right now let us assign grid only and just click on OK. So we will be getting a screen like this. So if you see, there are 2 halves here. In this one we are getting plan view, and here we are getting the isometric view, that is 3D view. And if you observe, since we are in the top view, in the plan view, we are getting X and Y axis. So XY plane is acting as the horizontal plane here, and we are getting all the 3 axes in the 3D view. Okay, And as I said, we are going to have labels for the grids. In x direction we are going to get A, B, C, D, since we have given 4 grids along the x-axis and 4 grids along the y-axis. So horizontal I have kept 3.5, y also I have kept 4. Okay, it has been changed to 6. No problem, we can change it later. Okay, so like this we'll be getting a reference grid. By using this reference grid we are going to draw the structural elements, that is columns or beams, slab, roof, walls, etc. Today in this class we are going to see how to draw the columns and beams. And first of all, before drawing them we need to define the sectional properties and the material properties for them. So just we need to go for define here. Okay, so just click on define and go for material properties. Under material properties there are defaults and properties, but we need to create a new property for concrete and the steel. So what are the grade of concrete you want to use for your analysis and the design, and similarly what is the grade you want to assign here. So just you can go for add new material, and it will be asking for the region. Just I'm going to select this as India, and here material type, if I want to use concrete, just go for concrete here, and standard, just go for Indian standard, and grade is default M30. Of course we can change the required grade here. For example, if I want to use M25, just click on M25 and OK, and we'll be getting the material property data like this. So just we can edit all these parameters here. So it is asking for grade, and material type is obviously concrete, and directional symmetry type, it is isotropic. Isotropic means all sides will be equal here. And material display color, if you want to change the material color here, we can change the color. And similar way we are having material nodes, modify or show nodes. If you want to give any nodes for the material, you can give, otherwise no need of this one. Okay, and just coming, all the other constants has been applied here by selecting the grade of concrete, and just you can click on OK. And similarly I want to create the steel properties, that is rebar properties. You can select the material type as rebar here. If you are going for steel, it will be taking the steel structures. It will be taking for the steel structures. We need to define the reinforcement as rebar here, and default will be getting the grades of steel like this. If I want to use HYST grade 415, just you can click on HYST 415 and you can click on OK. Okay, so here it has been given as HYST 415. If you want to rename, you can rename that one also, but let it be default. And we'll be getting all the materialistic properties here, and you can click on OK. Okay, and again if you want to close this window, you have to click on OK here also, and just go for define again. You can go for section properties. Similarly we need to define the frame sections. Just click on frame sections and you'll be getting some list here. We need to define the column and beam sections here. So just I'm going to click on add new property, and we are going to get these all the properties. So you can select section type as concrete rectangular and just select the cross section. Okay, so you will be getting a screen like this, and we have to define the property name here. So this property name, let us give it as column, which is of 450 cross 300 mm. Okay, and here it is asking for the material. As we created previously concrete material, we can go for M25. We have created the grade now, so you can assign it here. And yeah, you can change the display color, etc. These all the things we will assign this later on also again. So here it is asking for the section dimension. Okay, so simply you can go for depth and give the depth as 450 here, and coming to width we can define it as 300 mm. And you can observe that the preview has been changed slightly here. Okay, and next coming to reinforcement details. So just simply click on modify show rebar, and here we need to give the design type, whether it is a column design or a beam design. We have to define this one also. So since we have given the column section, I'm going to keep it as design column only. And coming to rebar material, longitudinal bars, we are going for HYSD bar, as we have created the steel, rebar material also, grade also. So similarly confinement bars, nothing but ties. So just going for HYSD bar again. And here it is asking for reinforcement configuration, whether it is a rectangular or circular. So if you are having any circular column, we can go for ties also. Like circular ties. Let it be rectangular now. and it is asking for other specifications of the longitudinal bars and the confinement bars, like clear cover, number of bars along the three direction and two direction. So we'll set this all the later, and I'm going to click on OK. Just I have selected the design type, rebar material and reinforcement concrete configuration. So OK, and just you have to click on OK. And again I'm going to create another property, add new property, and we can select the beam. So just I've selected the rectangular cross section, and I'm going to give the property name as beam, for example, and beam let it be 300 cross 230. Okay, so let it be 300 cross 230, and I'm going to assign M25 for beam. And yeah, so here also we are getting the display color, etc. These all the things. And under shape it is showing concrete rectangular. So if you want to change any other shape, you can change it here. As we selected before, it is showing concrete rectangular. And yeah, we have to define the cross-sectional properties here. So let it be 300 cross 300. And again, just same procedure. We need to click on the reinforcement or show rebar again. And we need to modify the grades of the longitudinal bars. And before that, we need to change this one also. We need to change this for M3 design only, and we have to go for the longitudinal bars and just go for HYSD bars. Similarly, for confinement bars also, we need to give HYSD bars. So HYSD 415. And yeah, it is asking for the cover and these all the other parameters. So click on OK, and you can click on OK again. So to close this box, again you have to click on OK, or you can directly close with the cross mark also. Now we'll see how to assign the geometry by using on these grid lines. So first property is we are having a quick draw. I mean, at left side we are going to have this toolbar here. So I mean different creating tools. This one is quick beam or column creation. Okay, so just I'm going to select this icon, quick draw beams or columns in plan or elevation view. So I'm going to select this one, and if you observe, the cursor has been changed into the arrow mark, right? So if you are clicking on this line, it has a beam has been created. In this view, we can see in the top view, like that is plan view, and in the right view we can see the isometric view. Okay, so and if you observe, the beam has been created only on the last floor. If you want to define whatever the elements we are creating for all these stories, then we have to select this one. So at bottom right we are going to have one story option. I mean, at bottom right we are going to have unit settings and the direction and stories. So right now just going for one story, and if I want to apply for all stories, just click on all stories here. Okay, and next if I'm going to select this line, for example this last third line, you can observe here you are getting beams in all the stories. Okay, if you want to apply columns, just you can click on the intersection junction of the grids. So simply the columns will be assigned here, or else you can simply highlight the junctions like this. Okay, fine. So similarly we are having quick draw columns in the 3D plan. So if you are going for this one, simply wherever you are getting a intersection, just we can click there, and obviously we are going to get the columns like this. And before that, just if you want to come out of that tools, just go for escape key, and yeah, so sorry, not escape key, you can select this select object, and I'm going to select all the beams and columns I created here. Okay, so just I'm going to select and delete. Okay, so before assigning beam or column, we have to assign the cross-sectional properties. Whatever we have defined there, we need to create that here. So under properties of the object, we are having properties. So just click on this one, and you will be getting beam 300 and column, whatever the properties we have created, that will be displayed in the list. Okay, so if I want to create a beam, you have to select the beam, and yeah, so moment release, it's a continuous beam, let it be continuous. Okay, so now I want to place that beam on this horizontal lines, and since we have kept all the stories, we are going to get the beams in all the stories. Otherwise simply you can drag like this, and on all the grids we are going to get the beams like this. Okay, similar way we are having columns also. So simply you can go for quick draw columns, and you can highlight all the junctions like this. We are going to get the columns, and before that we need to change the property here. So just again at bottom left, under properties of object, just you need to change the property here and go for column in this option. Okay, column 450 by 300, just before we have created the column cross section, no? And yeah, so just come to this one and highlight all the junctions. You are going to get the columns like this. Okay, and yeah, similar way, if you want to add any secondary beams, here we are having third option, this icon, quick draw secondary beams. Okay, so in the plan view, so yeah, at bottom left we are going to get these options again. So property is, if you have created any intermediate beam property, you can select it. So right now I'm just going to select the beam only, and yeah, number of beams you want to get in intermediate, I want to get suppose 2. Okay, and it totally depends upon the option which we are keeping here. In the spacing we are having number of beams, or you can give the maximum spacing. Okay, if I want to go for number of beams and I'm keeping 2, and just wherever you are clicking here, we are going to get the beams like this, secondary beams. Okay, and it totally depends upon the orientation we are specifying here. So approximate orientation parallel to y or r. So if I'm going to select parallel to x, and if I'm going to select this frame or bay, we are getting parallel to x direction. Okay, and in case if you are keeping it as either, I mean like normal to near edge, so whatever edge you are going to select, we are going to get the parallel to that one. If I'm going to select this horizontal, I'm getting secondary beams as perpendicular for that one. And similarly, if I'm selecting this vertical, we are going to get the secondary beams perpendicular to the highlighted edge or the selected edge. Okay, so you hope you understood about this defining properties and creating geometries. We'll see in more detail in upcoming videos. So if you like this content, please click on like button and do share the video, and please subscribe and press on the bell icon to receive more updates. Thank you.